What's up, y'all? Welcome back to No Wood Nickels, man. Cause they don't spend. Um, my content's for educational purposes only. Can't stress enough for you guys to do your own research. Praise my content. Throw any errors you find in the comments. Because none of us have been alive long enough to know all that transpired in the past, and none of us can live long enough to know all there is to learn. Man. Oh man, society done got crazy on us, y'all, man. Shit's crazy, man. Um, you know, you can't use any kind. I mean, the same kind of, I remember theme songs used to be unisex back in the day. You know, I remember you could just pretty much use any song. You know what I mean? That was talking about love in any kind of way. And women could use it and men can use it, but shit, you know, some of them they can't use no more. Like what you see is what you get. Shit, all you women can't use that, cause some people are up to no good, fooling niggas and shit. But maybe I'm for real. I'm as real as real can get. If what you're looking for is real loving, then what you see, shit. Nah, I can't use that. Ain't no unisex song no more. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel good. I might go ahead and pour me a drink, man. Life is good, man. I ain't really got nothing to complain about, man. What the fuck, you know? Each and every one of our lives is a direct reflection of the energy we've been putting out. you know, um, we are all the directors of the life we experience now. We pioneered it. You know, um, anything I don't have, I'm striving for. And things that didn't turn out the way I expected them to, or didn't plan for them to, I know how to, submit to what is and be alright with some shit and just keep moving. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't be on here, I don't have a sense of entitlement. I don't feel as though I'm better. I know I'm different, as we all are, and that's our power, our individual power. I just tapped into some of mine. That's all. All you got to do is tap into yours. Find your happiness, inner happiness. Can't nobody make you happy. They can enhance or detract from the happiness you already embody, but they can't make it. That's what you got to do. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't understand, man. It's funny though because in my observation, man, you have, it's we got to learn how to be alright with ourselves too, man. There's all these trends and shit going on. You know, um, and I ain't knocking nobody for doing it. I'm just saying, man. It ain't fair that we gotta be alright with what we was born with, and y'all, I ain't gonna say that neither. Let me stop that. All I'm saying is, man, it behooves us all to get to a place in our lives whereas though we are totally satisfied and content with what we was born with and who we are, how we look, you know, the flaws that, you know, aren't really flaws, because, you know, actually we're all imperfectly perfect, you know, but you can never really have genuine, authentic, unconditional love for self if you find issue with something about yourself. You're not, you know, you haven't gotten to a place where as though you're accepting of what is. Are you going to appeal to everybody? Nah. Are you going to be for everybody? Nah. Is everybody going to like you? Nah. But do you like you? That matters more than any of that other shit. Because if you like and love you, it's not going to matter who don't. You get what I'm saying? You're not even going to allow that to be any of your business. You know, as long as this, you know, the person doesn't make it an issue whereas though you have to address it, you know. And then a lot of times, you know, even when they do say stuff, you don't have to address it. Just because they have a problem, you don't have to make it yours. You know? Yeah, and I can say that today because I used to match energy. Real shit. I used to match energy until I realized once I started vibrating on a higher vibration, why would I allow this sucker shit they talking about to pull me down off my post on high? To go down to the slums vibrational wise and match their funky ass energy. For what? They got a problem with how I am, who I am, how I carry myself, or anything of the like. That's personal. You know what I mean? And you know, that's how we all need to look at it, man. You know, sometimes you know, you gotta look at things from a higher perspective, man. A lot of times when people, you know, don't like a characteristic or you know, something minuscule about somebody, or it may even be that they see some shit in you that they want to embody, but they have some type of deficiency in their mental processes that, you know, maybe they self-conscious, maybe they don't, you know, they don't know how to just be free and be authentically who they are, regardless of who they around or who's around. You know, that I've been different places as it regards that. And I wasn't always as free flowing as I am, man. I could give a fuck less who don't like me. I ain't fucking with you. Please don't fuck with me. Other than that, man, I ain't in nobody's way. Ain't nobody paying my taxes. I ain't paying nobody else's. I ain't got no traffic, no blockages in my lane, and that's where I stay. You know what I mean? So what another motherfucker talking about is of no significance to me. What another person doing is of no significance to me. If I know the individual and they happen to be doing well or they having success, I'm one of the cats that's genuinely happy. That's if I deal with you. And even if I don't, I might be on some, man, that's what's up. That's what's up. And keep it pushing. But I ain't, man, listen, I'm not worrying about, you know, nothing negative. Ain't giving nobody with negative energy no attention. You're gonna have to come get some attention. enough with that though. Yeah, but to get back to the main line, we got to be at a place within ourselves that we are alright with the good, bad, ugly, flaws, and all as it relates to ourselves, man. Because confidence is a strong thing. You can have a big girl that's confident in who she is. That shit's sexy, man. Real rap. You know what I mean? It's an energetic thing. It's an energetic thing. You ain't got to have no Coke bottle figure to attract nobody. You ain't got to look camera ready to attract nobody. It seems it's just different nowadays, man. I remember, when I was younger, all kinds of different stages of my younger life, man. You got women nowadays, they can't go out the house unless they make up and wig down, you know what I mean? Like they grade go step on the red carpet. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't, to each his own. But I mean, like, that shit, that outward shit, it ain't even really necessary, because what's within you is what's gonna attract a nigga. You know what I mean? Looks gonna fade. That's I mean, as long as I'm healthy, I'm cool. Muscles is gonna fade. I don't even work out, but even if I did, all that shit's gonna fade. What's in here? That's going, keep a person. You dig? A lot of people, man, just lacking substance nowadays. It's all about outer appearances, and all that old nonsense there. Status quo. Nigga, let me tell you something. If you living in a house instead of a mansion, let me be honest with you. These monetary possessions and superficialities. Outside of that, we all broke. Man, I know y'all looking at me like this nigga tripping. I'm caked up. I got bands. Okay. All right. I'm gonna read something to y'all real fast as it relates to that. This is and I'm only gonna read one page just to make a point. This is out of Creditors and Their Bonds. It's on page 9. It's called Rules of the Game. Rule number one. The fiction and real cannot mix. The public and the private cannot mix. You cannot create a public debt that is against the law. A creditor can issue a bond evidence, which is only evidence of a public debt. That's a bond. And use the bond to discharge their public debts. You cannot use the public Federal Reserve routing numbers on the private credit instruments. You issue these routing. No. This ain't even it. Hold up. I'm sorry. I don't mean to waste none of the time. I have y'all like, man, what the fuck is he doing? Because that ain't it. I just wanted to show y'all something real fast. Okay. All right, this is what I wanted to read to y'all right here. Pardon me for the lapse. but it says, rule number 3, there is no money. What do you use to pay your bills if there is no money? What does the state use to pay its bills? Do you really have any bills? Whose name is on the contract with the electric company, the mortgage, the credit card, or the student loan? It isn't your name. It's the straw man's name. Okay, hold on. What? Oh, it says the Constitution says no state shall make anything but gold or silver coin a tender in payment of debts. I'm going to read that again. The Constitution says that no state shall make anything but gold or silver coin a tender in payment of debts. Well, there it is. A prohibition against the states. Does it say that the United States or its agents can't use something other than gold or silver for payment of debts? No. Since there is no gold or silver coin in circulation in the United States, and all the businesses you have grown to love are in the United States, it is a good thing that the United States has credited a straw man for you to control and Federal Reserve notes for it to use, or you would use money if you had some. The straw man is able to pay all its bills with Federal Reserve notes or floating rate notes. You can't, but the straw man can. Isn't it neat that you control a straw man person? The trouble is the straw man can't get a real title to anything with Federal Reserve notes. You can't get possession of the substance, but you only get to retain possession as long as you stay in honor. The straw man stays in equity honor, and you fulfill your fiduciary duties as the presumed trustee. If you choose to go into dishonor, you voluntarily give up possession of whatever property the state wants to take to get the credits it needs to keep its business ventures going. Nothing personal, just business. Now I know a lot of y'all probably saying, well, here you go with that bullshit again. But I don't care, yeah, because it's the truth. Y'all need to know that. You know what I mean? It's in their law, you know, and all you got to do is test the line. If you think it's not, test the line. But the thing is, man, like, you know, the way the government's set up, you know, a lot of us don't understand it, you know. But that's actually what it is, man. You know what I mean? You know, and there is no money in the private. Ain't no gold and silver in circulation. Excuse me. In the public, we have floating rate notes or Federal Reserve notes. You know, they have value based off the full faith and credit in the people. Look up the definition of people per person, you know. Anyway, man, I'm gonna get up off the law shit. You know, I do enough of that as is, and I'm in a pretty good mood. I get pissed off when I get to talking about that shit sometimes, cause you know, they make it hard on us, man. They make it hard on us. They enslave our energy all the time. You spend away from your loved ones. You know, to make some money, or well, not money, currency, and then they tax and damn near half of that. You know, then you're made an obligor and a debtor by operation of law, and you're tasked with learning all of this shit just to be able to make your life easy and be able to enjoy being the beneficiary of the trust they created with the same name your parents named you. So, anyway, man, you know, back to it. I think, man, we just need to, it'd be nice to see us all just take shit easy, man. Take it easy. You know, and back up off of some of this superficial shit. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, you know, regardless of how good you make yourself up, if you ain't shit on the inside, that's gonna talk louder than anything you make yourself up to look like. You know? I gotta get my energy back up. You know what I mean? Just started talking about that shit and you know what I mean? My shit dropped a little bit. But yeah, man. It's good to have things, man, and it's good to be able to enjoy your life. But one of the things that they got us fucked up on is don't nobody need nobody no more. Well, in a way that's true, because I don't need nobody for shit. I want certain things, you know, because it's good to have. You know what I mean? It makes life easier. You know, it enhances, you know, your vibration, and you can operate on a higher level, and it makes manifestation easier. You know, if you know, you know. Plus, man, you know, I ain't one of the kind, you know, I used to be. You know, I was, you know, in the same identity crisis that a lot of cats is in. You know, too afraid of being judged to be who I truly am at my core. Excuse me. But through growth and maturity, you know, I realized that the only person I'm tasked with satisfying in this life is myself. You know, and ever since I let go of all the facades, you know, and all the nonsense I used to cling to, my life has been so much easier, peaceful, and enjoyable. You know what I mean? And you know, I just think a lot of people are cheating themselves, man, chasing all this shit that don't mean nothing at the end of the day. You know, and it's how you play yourself out of certain positions and blessings on top of that. You know what I mean? Sometimes we gotta, you know, get to a point, man, where is, you know, we love who we are and we wanna have love in our life. You know, it shouldn't just be restricted to, you know, family members or whatever the case. You know, but now it's like, you know, so many women, you know, fuck a nigga. What I'm gonna do with a nigga? I don't need a nigga for nothing. You know what I mean? And then, you know, with so much bullshit going on nowadays, you got people that's, you know, reluctant, you know, to kind of like put themselves out there. You know what I mean? Because there's just so much extra shit in the game now. You know what I mean? The slimy shit is praised, and you know the righteous, you know, shit is like frowned upon. You know, so hey, man, I know how to stay in my lane. I kind of like lost once I got into this law shit, y'all. I kind of lost my little mojo. I was just free, you know, flowing free with whatever came to me. You know, it's a form of channeling, just to, you know, converse with the people. Anyway, man, yeah, just find a way to acquire, some inner peace, man, and some inner happiness. The only true happiness is the happiness you have within. You know, and if you ain't got nobody to love right now, love yourself. I've done it. Went on dates by my motherfucking self. Went and got pampered by my motherfucking self. Went out to eat, if I didn't feel like cooking. And just hung out by myself. That's another thing. A lot of us are, I just want to make sure, the mic's still on and people can still hear me. A lot of people scared of their own shadow. Got to have a million motherfuckers around. Problem with that is, people front game and got so good nowadays. It's hard to really gauge who you're around. You know what I mean? And I'm the type of dude, man. If I got to wonder, if I got to guess or question, I'm cool. You dig? I'm just cool. So, I blame the music though. Real shit. I blame the music because before the change of the music, it was always I can remember growing up. It was always a desire to have somebody, live life with you. You know what I mean? Now it's and if you dissect it and unpack it, it benefits the government more than it benefits us. But we caught all up in it. The state then became, the man in women's life. Some of them, not all of y'all. I know some of y'all holding it down, walking the dogs. Got your paper game up. You handling all your bills, and you single parenting it and all that. So shout out to y'all, even though it's not something to be celebrated. Because each and every child needs both parents. They need that masculine and that feminine energy, for the balance. When you see how things play out when, the family feuds, like Hov say, nobody wins when the family feuds. You know what I mean? I done been through that. And even though I'm walking through it like it ain't nothing, I still notice all of the things that wouldn't be how they are if we were willing to take responsibility for the decisions that we make and the people that we make these decisions with. And sure, it's easy to point the finger, but really ain't no need to point the finger when everybody's willing to be accountable for the parts that they played. that seems to be lacking nowadays. Everybody, well, shit, I ain't did nothing. He did this and he did that, and okay. But to wrap it up, man, because I done started, I done veered all the way off topic. The topic I intended to get on here and talk about, that's just behind me now. I don't even know, you know what I mean? It done went all the way off course. But, you know, um, to the brothers, man, don't be too cool, too smooth, or too much, of a thug or whatever you want to represent, to do what's right for yourself and create a good life for yourself, man. You know what I mean? And to the women, y'all, I've said it before, man. Y'all really don't understand how much of the key y'all are to us as a people. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, it should be looking good in the motherfucker though. You know what I mean? I'm guilty of watching and looking, when they be on there, you know what I mean? Basically, damn near naked. You know what I mean? I ain't nowhere near as bad as what I used to be, but, my eyes do get to barking every now and then. But, it's just, it's like anything for the money, you know what I mean? Or the so-called money. I just read to y'all, ain't no money except gold and silver. Has no substance. We live in a credit-based society. And the people make the money. They make money based off of your signature. Whenever you sign something, it becomes a promise to pay or a negotiable instrument or an order to pay. You have collateralization. You have securitization. These are all things, if you really want to understand the way the monetary system works, these are some of the terms that you need to, become acquainted with. Accept it for value. That's something else you need to acquaint yourself with. Because based off of House Joint Resolution 192, all our debts are prepaid. And just think about how much more you could acquire, to pad your life or make your life a lot more easier if you knew how to discharge your debts. Something I'm actively studying right now. That's why I always, at the beginning of my videos, I always say, do your own research. Don't take a motherfucking thing I say and ride off that. I've just been directing people to the information because I see it in their laws. You know what I mean? And for those of us who feel as though we've been educated, don't poke your chest out too far, because you're still being enslaved by your energy as well. And I just read what I just read to you, you know what I mean? You can look all that shit up yourself. Anyway, man, I'm gonna go ahead, enjoy the rest of my evening. I kind of like been intentionally neglecting the channel because it was other things, of a higher priority that I needed to tend to. But now that I done kind of seen my way clear of that enough, so to where as though I know I'll be able to take care of the take care, I'll be able to handle my business on the levels that I was studying to handle them on. It's just I kind of miss being on here. You know what I mean? And the issues that I used to get, but man, we can't hear you, man. Why so low? You see, I done took care of that. So that shouldn't be an issue going forward. But I don't know. I'm just trying. I'm going to be coming up with some topics, just some real life, everyday life shit, that we tend to overlook. Based on my observation, we overlook a lot of shit. And then I just feel, based off of what I'm able to observe, that I can bring some of these issues to the forefront of people's minds. And that's that. So I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, man. It's always a pleasure to chop it up with y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next go round.